they've got their something that help vehicles.
Are they tearing the other building down with it?
Here's that one.
They're all connected.
Right now. All I know is there was all kinds of people down there, so I had to help it. I'm getting down to Bailey's. You know, to be back at 5 minute sign. Down by the shoulder, and then all of a sudden, everybody dispersed. Fire trucks, ambulances,
Oh my,
the ambulance, police officers, no good. And
You're ready.
I don't believe it's 5:30. Yes, 5:30, if you would please stand and say the pledge with us. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Guys, did you get a chance to look over the minutes of the June 10th meeting?
Make a motion to approve the minutes of the June 10th meeting.
second reads his motion.
Retha with a motion, Aaron with a second, all in favor? Aye. Claims and allowances.
Make a motion to approve the claims and allowances.
Second reads his motion.
Motion by Retha, second by Aaron. All in favor? Aye. Let's see. Joe and Elizabeth Park Roads,
Thank you, sir.
you're welcome.
I think this is the third time we've spoken here about 700 north of gravel road right. I have a bill here that our son put 2 loads of gravel on it on the 30th because the road was underwater and impassable. But we would appreciate if we could get that road blacktopped up through there, plus raised up some, where people wouldn't have to turn around and have rain like we had that time. So that is what we're requesting. We would appreciate any consideration, and I know you've got limited funds and all of that, but there is a lot of traffic up through there. And there's you put a counter up there. Well, and then for some reason they took it down and they put it back up today. But that counter is missing part of it because Owen Wagler has turkey barns there and he gets probably about 2 loads of feed every week. But it doesn't go that far. But at any rate, that's what we're requesting. And if there's any way you can do that, we would appreciate it. I suppose you'll vote on that later. Whatever, let us know something. But is there any questions you have of us?
Scott, have you been out to look at the road? And
I've been out through the road. We tried to get a road count on it. They had issues with the counter, so we're gonna try again at a later date on the counts. The closest I could even get to that was back to 2017, actually. But I compared it to road close to that, actually up north that way, so.
sir, do we have your number? Does Michelle have your number? We don't want to say it out loud, but I mean, when we get our road counts and get something figured out, we can give you a holler.
I'll tell you.
Yeah, I have it still.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want you to do that. Some disgruntled citizen may call you.
Is there any way our son can be reimbursed for this?
Now that, David, I don't know.
Not authorized by commissioners, so you
Well, he didn't think it could be, but
can't be
he
done.
was just doing it to make the road passable.
So Owen came up and worked it all in.
Yeah, Owen Wagler came up there and he worked it all down and everything to where it is decent right now.
Okay,
All right,
And the thing is, when they put that smaller gravel on, it doesn't stay in the chuck hose at all. This was the bigger, coarser, you've got the
I think we
paper
call
there,
it dirty 53s, had some,
and it stays down better. And Owen had already reworked that road a couple times. To try to smooth it out and, keep the chuck holes filled up, but with that smaller gravel. Soon as you have a couple cars come through, it's gone. So,
Okay,
All right, well, thank you for your
Thank you.
consideration.
Thank you for coming in.
we'll get something figured out on the road count and get back with you and see where we're at.
okay,
Thank
thank you.
Thanks.
You guys.
Scott, what do you got for me?
They are started our paving, so, working on one today. I didn't make it out there. I have a meeting all day, so I'll be out there tomorrow and look at it. But everything I've seen so far, I've liked the work. Looks good. We got one mower down right now, trying to get parts for. That is, I think, this time.
Trucks are running?
Georgia, you have to go, still in for help, so. Oh, anybody. Verbally CDL, send them our way.
Getting the applications lately?
Been a couple weeks, but
Kevin, you still got your CDL?
He was grandfathered in.
I'm sure he probably grandmother didn't look at it.
We're doing
Yeah, that's right. Well, anybody else got anything for Scott? David?
I'll report to the commissioners that Michelle and Scott and I attended, meeting down in Orange County last week. Gentleman from LTAP made a presentation to a combined council and commissioners meeting about wheel tax. We learned a lot. They reported and got it today that there's gonna be a webinar presented by LTAP about the wheel tax next, well, no, it'll be 2 weeks, July 8th. Which is the same night as commissioners, so,
Yeah.
so.
They said it was gonna be recorded also.
Yeah, it's also gonna be recorded, be available later. So, basically, I don't know, I guess my report on them, what we learned last week is that the legislature has said that they're really encouraging every county to establish wheel tax. They're gonna make it more difficult on the crossroads. To get funding on that if you don't have a wheel, if the county does not have a wheel tax. So that essentially what we heard.
there'll be money, we will not be eligible for period if we don't have it. It's just bottom line.
And our pools of money are getting smaller
But
anyhow.
they are, that's shrinking from, what was it, 3 or 250 down to 100, or 250 million down to 100 million.
Now, if we had the wheel tax, we would be eligible for,
They will,
I can't remember the email all in my head, Scott. I know you guys can probably fill it in. We just need to let people know before we.
the way my understanding is that it's gonna work is that they will have distribution money. The counties that have a wheel tax will be eligible for this distribution money. If you do not have it, you're not eligible for that money, period. You're still eligible to go for your community crossings money, but again, you went from 250 million down to 100 million. And the people, the counties that have the wheel tax and got the distribution money will also be able to come in to the community crossings pot and try and get a portion of that money as well.
And will everybody still be at 1 million, or will, if you don't have the wheel tax, it was my understanding it was gonna be about cut in half is what you'd be eligible for.
That part I don't,
Something like, yeah.
That's what, Tara was telling us that one day.
I
Instead of 1.5, you'd be eligible for maybe 750.
that could, may or may not change, so.
I know it's still got a lot of moving parts, but I mean.
The match money's changed too.
The match has dropped for smaller communities.
And Kevin, you guys are working on this in your county?
Every county that doesn't have the wheels tax now, they're all working on it, have to.
So the first step that we would do would be to recommend that the council look into the wheel tax, is that correct?
The councils who have, is the group that has to institute it for the county. If the board of commissioners feels that it's important, it probably ought to get that message out.
And it's really the state pushing this. It's not us, it's not the council, it's not,
Very much so.
Getting backed into a corner.
not Scott, not Dave, I mean, it's,
Nobody likes taxes, but if there is a good tax,
The legislature's backing counties into it.
I'm surprised they didn't do that
before,
15 years ago.
made a big difference on the roads.
Where we at on that, guys?
Don't think we have a choice. I mean, either the roads are hard enough to deal with now. I mean,
We lose more funding and that's, yeah.
And if we don't have the community crossings money or any distribution money, I mean,
blacktop is,
we'll have gravel, we'll be gravel.
Yep.
I mean, we were almost there before community crossings come in. I mean, it was,
And what we have, we'll need the money to preserve and on top of the new we lay down too. So.
but I do remember, I mean, there was years when it was just. And then some years was even close on whether we had enough gravel after winter, we just didn't have the money. But. What do you think? Do we make a recommendation to go to
And
the council?
another thing is the wheel tax has to be instituted prior to September first. So it can be collected in the 2026. So that if it's not instituted before September first, then it's 2027 before it.
My understanding is the biggest distribution will be in 26. Because not every county will have the wheel tax in place by that point.
interesting. Yeah, I think. Hope we have an option.
If you are considering, it is my recommendation that you get the ball rolling.
Got a motion?
It's motion.
I'll second that.
Aaron made a motion to send a recommendation for the wheel tax to the Martin County Council. Rita with a second, all in favor? Aye. Bridges,
Got a meeting tomorrow on that, so. We're still, I mean, you and I talked about some expenses on that. Really won't know much more until the meeting. And won't know where we stand until we get closer to completion either, as far as if they're gonna be able to save us some money or if it's just gonna.
well, I noticed we've been stuck on that 45% for
Yeah.
work completed for like a while now.
2 weeks, anyway.
I think if it keeps going much more, they just keep dipping into our pocketbook, we're gonna have to sit down and have a meeting with the state and contractor and just see what's going on, cause I mean, it's getting out of hand. I mean, that's my feeling.
Yeah.
Totally
So,
agree, yes.
Scott, you figure something out with them, you know, if it looks like we're just headed down that rabbit hole, we're gonna have to.
Or will. Absolutely.
Shoot, they've already brought our beams to us now, let's have CLR finish the job and go on.
Where
Well. Basically the old ambulance over at Lagodi. So 9:30 meeting.
If I go, big fun.
David, where we're at on insurance on our other bridge.
Not getting anywhere, gonna. I just. Think we'd have to file suit.
I said we file suit. And see where we're at. What do you guys think?
Probably our only option at this point.
Aaron, is that an
David?
option? Or is that a motion?
Yes.
Second,
Motion by Aaron, that we,
Against the insurance company. David will take care
second
of
by
it.
Retha, we just need to. I mean, this went on for 2 years, I think.
No, longer.
More than that, yeah.
Now, it'll be-
They probably think they've got away with one. All right. Anybody else?
Before I leave, something I did forget. I wanna say thanks to all the guys that was working late during the storms last week and all the help we had, so.
Absolutely.
Had some guys out pretty late that night.
Make sure they stay hydrated this week.
They are, awful,
Yes, tell them thank you.
definitely will, pass it on.
Somebody's air don't work, get it fixed.
Making sure I
All right. Anybody? Mary? Jeremy? Thanks.
thank you all.
thank you, Scott.
Have a good night.
Andy?
Know that I have a whole lot to report. Lonnie had a brief stint in the hospital, he's back home now. At a LAP, kind of a spare LABC meeting today and went ahead and canceled it since it wasn't necessary to meet our obligation.
Yeah, sorry I couldn't make it. We were just,
Yeah. Turns out that there were lots of people had lots of other things to do. And the mitigation people are still working on our grant. I think they're gonna have a draft out to us probably here in the next couple of weeks. We're still a little short on our hours, so we may have another meeting to try to get people together and collect some more time on it. And I think I need to go sit down with the Lagodi School and talk to them because they don't have their check mark yet, so. Marching merrily along.
all right, Andy, we like that.
And of course, festival season has started. Everyone should be careful.
No problems over at Lagodi last week?
Now,
Good, good.
Boggs Park is coming up on the 3rd, Shoals on the 4th. Parade somewhere in there here in Shoals, so. Everyone should come out.
It's still supposed to be warm, isn't it? Next week?
Yeah, I'm not sure. We're gonna get some rain over the weekend. I don't know what's gonna happen. I haven't heard any requests for cooling shelters. Usually the churches are good about making space available for people, so.
Mhm.
Really hot out there, so.
Yeah, I seen you last Saturday night getting out of your vehicle. I can't remember where we're at, but you looked like you was already, it was wore out. It was like 8 or 8:30 that night, so.
I've been doing some ditch work out there for the fairgrounds, cause they have an electric line they're burying. So what I lack in competence, I make up in persistence. All
I like it.
right,
Thank you, Andy.
Andy.
and the digging for the fair is not a EMA, that just be personal, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeremy, you got anything?
No, sir.
Michelle? I guess we'll start with you. David's out of the room, so.
Okay, we'll come back to the PBIS contract, cause he may wanna talk on that.
David's back. Yeah, we'll go ahead
Yeah.
and go. We'll go ahead and go with you. I asked Jeremy if he had anything. He did not.
I do, with Jeremy.
Okay.
The, there's been discussions going on, with council regarding ambulance service. The council believes that, what, are we going into our 3rd year with the service? We're 3 years in August, yep. That they feel that it's, fiscally responsible for them and for all of us to see if it's, if we can do a better job price wise, for the county. So, it's a consensus of the council that, that they are recommending that the commissioners ask for, develop specs and see what kind of bids they can get for a private organization or somebody other than county to operate the ambulance service, just to see where it is financially based and apply that as to what the county is expending there. So, I feel like I need the commissioner's authorization to finish up those specs and get that advertised, if the commissioners see that that is appropriate.
The only thing is I don't wanna lose any of the service that we've given the public. I mean, cause I think they've done an exceptional job. They have good staff from what I hear on the street, but yes,
I mean, end of the day, we have to approve.
yeah,
what we get. So I mean, you know, it looks like we're taking steps back, we just don't approve.
that's the number one thing, so. They have done a very good job.
So you're looking for us to make a motion so you can sit down,
I want to be authorized to develop specs with Jeremy, and get those published and see what we have.
so we won't have to wait till the 8th to have them, to make a motion for you to publish them, you can go ahead as soon as you get them spec'd out,
If you so authorized,
and then there'll be 30 days from the time it hits the paper till.
30-45, I'd say. But, you know, there's no way anything would happen
But we wouldn't change, we
Before
wouldn't
the
change
end of
any
the year.
hands till first of the year anyhow.
if somebody comes together, it wouldn't, I'd say the first year would probably be real ambitious.
And we'd also like to make our ambulance staff aware, I don't know, but some of them were a little bit concerned about their insurance, but. As long as they wish, they're here with us for work, so. Jeremy, do you care to get with David and work out a few?
Oh.
And guys, do we care if David, once he gets the specs wrote up, shoot us an email of them and then we'll just say, go for it, or?
Make a motion for David and Jeremy to get together and get the specs and go from there.
Just start the whole process,
Start the whole bidding
not wait,
process. Right.
not wait till your next meeting.
Okay.
And I'll second that, but I do want to say, you've done a really good job. I've seen it on a personal and professional level, and the patients that I have and then my personal family members have gotten good care. So thank you.
So that's a motion from Aaron, second from Retha, you got it all,
Mhm.
all in favor? Aye. David, what else?
Danielle, Community Corrections has, presented a new contract for, the, behavioral interventions and support program at Shoals Schools, have with a, young lady named Molly Tharp. Asked for the commissioners to approve that. I believe you have it, and it also, also has
Starts July 1st, runs through June 30th of 26,
right,
it's compensated 15,600 per year.
and she has funding for that.
Yes.
So, but, the Board of Commissioners does need to contract.
I'll make a motion to approve the Community Corrections Home Detention Report.
Second.
And the,
It's not-
15,600.
Oh, sorry. The support contract 25-26
with Molly Thorpe.
with Molly Tharp, yes.
With the motion from Retha,
Second.
second by Aaron, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
You have copy to sign there, right?
I do. How many do you need?
I'd say sign two. You need to know. Do you want them?
Yeah.
David?
I don't, the only other thing I have, I don't wanna steal Michelle's thunder, she's got it on her agenda, so.
You know, Michelle's still under. Do
No.
that. Right.
I'd welcome that. First, I want to talk about the Trex collection program. The Trex program is ran by the Association of Indiana Counties. It helps local government agencies collect outstanding debts in a timely and cost-effective manner. Trex debts set off allows government agencies to compile and submit their delinquencies for set off against pending state personal income tax refunds. So we were looking into this for collections of ambulance fees due after insurance. So we have, outstanding monies there that we need to collect on some way. We won't be able to collect on 100%. One county said, if they send it to Trex, they might expect 50%. It could be even probably lower than that. So I called 3 counties. They all told me that, they're glad they went on the program. They did say it's a lot of work because they do have to upload data files each week to the Trex program. They told one's twice our population, the other 2 are about 3 times our population. The one that was twice our population they've collected so far 15,000 this year. So, the other 2 were about 30,000. And they did say, which, I hadn't really thought about it, but it's only on Indiana refunds, which that's small.
Yeah.
Mine is only $300 for the year. So I don't know what most people's average, but
Had to pay it, I've had.
yeah, I've had to pay 1 year too.
Yeah, I normally get to give the state back money. So
So yeah, that's a thing to think about, but
how much would we be out, to do this? Is there no up,
yeah, that's the good thing. There's no cost at all to the county.
But it's more work for you guys and.
Trex collects they retain the first $25 collected, that's their fee.
Yeah, I believe they added on actually, and then add that fee on.
So. And this is not just, this does not have to just be used for ambulance fees, it could also any other fees the county assesses, if there are ordinance violations, property tax collections. It's whatever the county wants to send up.
have you guys looked into just seeing how much work it would be? Is this something that we're gonna have to end up eventually hiring a new person for?
I don't think so. I mean, I haven't talked to the billing company. I mean, the 3 counties I talked to, they said that their billing company can upload the file to them. I say probably do have to check it, but yeah, they didn't say anything about that, but they did say. Like one county said it was probably a day of work. Just doing that. So. And, tax season is over. So we probably wouldn't collect much this year. I mean, they did act like, returns some people could do an extension to October, but.
Yeah, I wish we could just set up something to where if you knew you owed us a bill, just call in and we'll knock so much off and then set up a payment from there on or whatever, but I just don't know how we can do it. do you guys think?
We did say you can't like do this and also do collections, it's.
One or the other.
Yeah. Trex doesn't allow it to be. Collected on any other way.
I say put a lot more work on the girls.
Me too. I don't know. I mean, I know you say maybe just one day, but I mean. Diane, you got one day to spare to do anything like that?
It would probably just be a half a day if that one was twice as much as what you guys have.
Yeah, that's true.
And then if somebody gets, just a thought, a question, if somebody has a lien against themselves or they get into this, they owe money and they don't get a tax return, does that owe money go to the next year until they can pay it?
Yeah, we have to file each new year, we'd have to
Okay.
send a whole new file. And it would start over the next year.
But in a way, it'd be a little bit easier just to re-upload. I mean, you've already got it in a file, just
Mhm.
upload it there.
Yeah, I think collections stop between like October and December. Um. So they don't process anything between then. Get ready.
Somebody owes for their state taxes and then they get this bill, say for $100, will they owe then an additional 100 to their state?
No, nobody said anything about,
Okay, so it only comes off of anything.
yeah, the refund, yeah.
But we do have some people that are paying on their, like, their ambulance bills and stuff now that paying what they can, so.
They can still do that, correct?
Mhm.
Oh, okay, I
It just was,
misunderstood
I
that.
think a collection agency,
Agency, okay, gotcha.
which I really don't wanna go that route. I mean, I hate to.
No,
Yeah, this wouldn't affect people's credit
Okay.
scores. It wouldn't count,
This would,
this would not. So I'm in favor of it, but yeah, I don't know how much,
Well, I mean, how long would it
Expect-
be tied in with it?
huh?
I mean, what's the length would have to be tied in with them? I didn't see a year, or, I mean, I didn't see anything saying how long they.
It just goes by year. But
so they will be sending monthly letters out to people for $3.
yeah,
How I read that.
if we wanted them to send the letters out, it would, and I think it's just the initial, they initially have, the 30 days to respond and. If they want to appeal, so it's that first.
Okay, I got you.
You could also put in your letter, if you do go that route. If you don't wish to do this, call us and we will knock this much off your bill or make a payment plan or, come to an agreement and then it's not on. That
Well,
might actually stimulate a lot of payments.
Like that,
Yeah, that's a good idea.
How many bills do they get now currently, Jeremy?
Well, they get a monthly statement, every month they'll get a statement they owe.
So every month they get it, it's not like 3 monthly statements and it's dropped.
I believe so.
Who sends the statements out?
The billing company.
Unless they could stick a letter in there saying we're considering this,
Yeah, they did tell us, if we decided to do this, we'd need to like. Send out an initial letter to say, this is happening.
If you tell them the state is going to take their money, that might be.
Yeah, I did have one county say that somebody came in and paid $900 on their bill, so they'd get back their $70 refund. So.
Need to encourage that.
Yeah.
okay. What do you think, guys? If we don't like it, it is too much work. I mean,
we could give it a try and then,
we wouldn't be out any money,
right.
and we've not went to a collection agency type deal yet, so I mean, we're not. Give it a shot.
Make a motion to, try out the association, the Trex program, the tax refund exchange and compliance system.
Second, read the motion.
Motion by Retha and a second by Aaron. All in favor?
I,
Aye.
And as part of that, there is called a memorandum of understanding between the agency and Martin County. That will need to be signed. I've looked it over. I have no legal objections to it. have to execute that if you want to participate. Oh,
Yeah.
Did you give them?
No, I didn't pick that one up.
We've already approved it, might as well sign that. Is it just that top sheet or
It's 7 pages. I
Right
think.
there.
7 pages?
Mhm.
Well, I put it page
Hmm.
back to back, so.
Probably the one.
You be number one.
And we will, as part of this, we will need to set up a trust Indiana account. That's how the Department of Revenue, once they get payments from taxpayer or refund money from taxpayers, is deposited into a trust Indiana account.
Now, what's this here?
Um,
You'll have,
they filled in that part, so,
you would have to fill in that part referred to the county, Michelle.
okay. Yeah, so,
So this could be for probation, for community corrections.
Any kind of fees, yeah, of the county.
property taxes even, I don't know.
Yeah. That's all I had. Well. No, those already Michelle's, I'm sorry. I'm trying to steal your thunder, Michelle.
Well, you ain't give up on that. Okay,
Next, county servers. It's been probably 2 years. We've known that the servers needed, are coming to end of update life. So that's been in the budget the last 2 years, but now that we have Ecmendy, they will give us a new quote, updated quotes for the servers. We have one, the top floor of the courthouse has one, the court has their own. I believe the clerk's in with the court. And then community corrections has one, the sheriff, and then prosecutor. Prosecutors, I think maybe has a year left on hers. So. And that probably could be put off, but they submitted the quote for that one too. This would be the server and installation and licenses.
I was. I'm trying to remember, and like you said, it's been a day or two. But didn't we have quite a bit higher quotes than
I
this?
thought it was higher, like 140 or something.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
I think even went up the second time they submitted from there.
I don't know, we had everybody on there.
It was only like the court and us, I think.
Yeah.
Well, that's good news.
Yeah, how you doing? I had a question.
Yeah.
In today, 2025, can that not be online so you don't have to maintain that hardware? You think there should be a secure server?
Yeah, there was lots of conversation this week because Taylor Tech reached out to us to ask that. But our problem is that we have 3 softwares, 3 big softwares that are on our server. So I don't quite understand it, but it's SQL users that takes up a lot of data. So I guess as the data moves across the server, it costs more money each time that server is accessed. Do you know more about it, Andy?
No, a little, but not a lot.
So, yeah, Ecmendy's recommended not to do that because each time he's tried to do that in the past and it ended up costing them more money. To have the cloud
The risk
server.
is if there's a glitch in the internet, there's a glitch in your performance. So a lot of times the SQL databases, you kind of want part of it locally and part of it in the cloud and having them work together. And I'm sure Ecmoney's doing that for you. Know how reliable the internet is around here.
Well. We know we gotta do it. We've had the money for a few years.
Seems like it's coming in lower, so.
Yeah, that's 50,000 lower, that's good.
Wait another year, you might get it even cheaper.
I don't think we can wait anymore.
I don't think we can on one or two of them, can we? Ain't they past their life expectancy already? Yeah.
Well,
Is that a motion?
Yeah.
Motion for Eck Bundy to replace the total of 5 servers and say the figure,
Yep.
Yes.
$95,751.
I'll second that.
Motion by Aaron, second by Rita. All in favor? Aye.
and I just wanna let you know about computers. That's this week from Equinity, we also got a listing of computers that, because in October, Microsoft is not gonna support Windows 10 anymore, so they won't be doing updates to Windows 10.
10 or 11. This
The
says.
10. Oh, it's to 10. Yeah,
I think some of these computers don't support Windows 11, right?
yeah, that's,
So you gotta get new computers.
yeah,
for
so
those.
like on the second page of this, these computers would support being updated, but they're old. So they were just giving us a, heads up that those were old computers, but yeah, the first page, those definitely have to be replaced because they can't be upgraded to the new, or to the newer Windows 11 version. And there's 13 computers there that for sure have to be replaced. And they recommend replacing 35 others.
Good Lord.
Yeah. Which I know, yeah, that's not gonna happen all this year anyway.
What do we have?
We've almost used the computer replacement budget. There's been departments that have needed new computers this year already. So
What are we looking at?
Equinity is saying 2,000 to 2,200 a computer. I can reach out to. There's another IT guy who comes in and does work for the assessor and treasurer, so I can reach out to him and get a quote. But
Yeah, if you can, maybe try to give us a couple, 3 quotes for our next meeting and we'll.
Those all desktop computers or the laptop?
there's a few laptops in there, but you had one somewhere,
I'm on the list.
yeah. So I just want to give you a heads up. I'll have to go to council, but kind of overwhelming to
Yeah,
that many that need replaced.
well,
And we've been trying to replace, I mean, we had 20,000 in the budget the last 2 years. We've used, I know last year it was, we've used almost all of it. The year before, we probably could have bought a couple more to use the budget, but. It was kind of eye-opening when you see how old.
Yeah.
How old they all are. I mean, I guess it just. Doesn't take very long to get outdated.
Oh.
Most of them are around 4 to 5 years old.
we got a 12, couple 11s.
Yeah, on that first page, yeah, there's some. Usually they don't last that long, so I'm surprised. Like the one in the treasurer's office that's 11 years old, it's still going, I'm surprised it is. It's not used that much, it's, Xsoft gets on there to see our property tax info.
Yeah. I
Yep.
recommend that we get us some bids back and see where we're at on it.
Okay.
We'll just table that for now.
About the desk in my office, the red Fox Cabin Trees, part of their bid was to take the existing desk out. But there's somebody, employee, family, husband is interested in either purchasing the desk or, so I want to ask you guys what. It's really not usable to anybody else, cause it's like a standing only desk. But I've not asked
Well, a
either,
lot of
so.
times what we do, like with the chairs and other desks and everything, and if an employee wants it, we normally let them have it. I mean,
Okay.
but I don't know, David, is that,
With Red Fox, was that part of their bid?
Yeah, to take out the desk.
Have you checked to see if they want it, or would they would just get rid of it?
No, they told me that they would deliver it in a reasonable area to, if,
they would go ahead and take it out?
yeah,
So that wouldn't be an
no, not issue to them, no.
important part of their bid, so.
No.
So if the commissioners wanted to declare it surplus and then offer it to an employee and set a price for it, you do need to get a price for it. Can't just give it away.
I'm confused on that, I guess.
How would you go about setting the price?
Well, you'd have to have. I would basically, you know, what you've done, but what commissioners have done before is. Advertise it, say sealed bids.
I would like to have $5 out of it go to the auditor fund
Well,
for special
I think you do whatever.
special projects you've got.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Yes, I don't see
You
the
can't-
issues.
I just can't recommend that you give it, say to me. For nothing. I think you have an obligation to try to recover something. Sorry.
No. It's fine. What do you guys think? Would $5 to the auditor's fund be all right?
Sounds fair enough.
There, that's a motion, Maritha. Second by Aaron, on all in favor? Right.
I believe that is all I have.
Anybody else? Maritha? Like you got something on your mind?
No, I was just thinking.
Not like putting you on the spot. Moose? Aaron? Sorry.
Okay.
All right. Nobody has anything?
Make a motion to adjourn?
Until next meeting.
Hold on a minute. Motion by Retha,
That's what I was waiting
second by
on.
Aaron. We'll be closed on Thursday, July 3rd and Friday, July 4th in observance of Independence Day, and our next meeting will be in here Tuesday, July 8th at 5:30. Nobody has anything else. I've got a motion and a second. All in favor?